Hey guys, Brittney Griner is back home on US soil, and boy oh boy does she look happy. She's back home from being in that Russian labor camp that they call a prison. She stepped off that plane and she is home for the holidays with her wife. I think she's calling the other woman her wife, her spouse that is, and the spouse is calling her the wife also. So I guess both of them are wives. In the LGBTQ community, I get so confused because what goes for one household doesn't necessarily goes for the other. If you call someone a wife in one household, it may not be so in the next, and the person gets offended. So in Brittney Griner's household, she's the wife and the other woman is the wife as well. So I had to get that straight. So Brittney said for the past 10 months it has been a horrifying experience, and she had to really dig deep to keep her faith. She said to her supporters, if it wasn't for them, she wouldn't have made it. And so many people, she said she have to thank from the bottom of her heart. She says, thank you to everyone for your help. She further said, I'm so grateful to everyone who have advocated for me, especially my wife, Shirley, my family, and the whole team of supporters. And she went down the list, enlisting all of them. She also thanked the Biden administration. Additionally, she said, President Biden, you brought me home, and I know you are committed in bringing Paul Whelan home also. She said she's going to use her platform in helping President Biden in that process, and that every family deserves to be home and every family deserves to be out of those foreign prisons. So I guess, when God have a hand in your life, you don't know which direction God is going to steer you into. Now, prior to her being imprisoned, social media mocked her after she was sentenced to 9 years in the Russian prison, because back in the year 2020, she was interviewed with the Republican. She said she honestly feels we should not play the national anthem during the season. So much of social media really mocked her. And so I'm sure she's so thankful that she's going to give back and help some of those prisoners who are still locked in those prisons to get out, to be home with their loved ones, just like how she's home with her loved ones. So sometimes you don't know which direction you're going to be steered into. Now she's on a path of humanitarian purpose and purposes. So you never know what God have in store for you. But I'm wondering if she is going to be going back to Russia anytime soon in the off season to play for the teams over there. I don't think so. She did not put out a statement regarding that, but I doubt it very much. If you think about it, common sense would tell you that she would never set foot on the Russian soil, because that's the same country where she was almost imprisoned for 9 years, and she escaped by the skin of her teeth. She said she wanted to make one thing perfectly clear, that she intends to play basketball for the WNBA Phoenix Mercury this season. She says she looks forward to saying thank you to those of you who wrote letters, advocated, spoke out for her, and she is looking forward to seeing those people in person soon. She also wrote a letter on her Instagram page thanking everyone. Griner and her wife, Shirley, is now committed to freeing those American prisoners who are still locked up. She said, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you. She thanked everyone. Her spouse, family, friends, acquaintances, etc. And I can imagine her excitement just sitting on that plane looking out and seeing the tarmac, and she's back on American soil. That is a feeling of such joy I can only imagine. And you can see the joy in her face sitting in that plane and just looking out and realizing it's so surreal that she's back home. She said she had to cut her locks, her dreadlocks, because of the brutal Russian cold. Because you got to cover up your ears and just fit that hat to your scalp the best you can. And if you've got all that hair, then it's not a possibility. So she had to cut her dreadlocks so she can feel warm over there in Russia. So I guess now that she's back on US soil, she'll probably put in some extensions until her hair grows back out in its natural form. But the most important thing to note is that she and her wife Shirley will be working in freeing Paul Whelan and other prisoners who are unjustly imprisoned in Russia. It's kind of a giving back, if you will, because she knows what it's like to be locked up, to have your freedom taken from you. So I'm sure she's going to do her best to make sure those prisoners who are there are freed so they can be home with their families. Brittney, who is a native of Houston, was honored by the Houston City Hall, lighting up red, white, and blue on Thursday night in her honor. So says Mayor Sylvester Turner. So welcome home, Brittney Griner. And to my YouTube family, I'm over and out. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and to this video. Thank you for watching.